Awesome. Well, I will just get started. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm going to start off this presentation by showing you guys how to navigate to our Eccles global page, where you can get a lot of really useful information and read about all of our programs. So your home spot, the place you're going to want to start is eccles.utah.edu. From there, you're going to want to go to the Students tab and scroll on down to Eccles Global. We have our own little section there. Just give that a click and it should pull up our website where you can access every bit of information that you need. There's also a lot of contact resources on there, so you guys can reach out to us if you have any more questions that we don't cover today. So for this program that we're going to be discussing today, it's the Global Business Consulting Internship. To access that, you're going to go to the Global Internship tab, and it's right there at the bottom. So give it a click. It's going to lead you right to the application, kind of walk you through the process, give you costs, all that good stuff. So that is how you're going to be navigating. But I will be giving you some really special information here today through our presentation. So I will jump right into that. Awesome. Okay. Like I stated before, we're going to be talking about our Global Business Consulting Internship. This takes place in Amsterdam from April to June of 2021. And if you guys have any questions throughout this entire presentation, feel free to ask them in the chat function. Or we also have, or if you guys want to just unmute and ask me, I'm totally all right with that too. This is just really casual, feel free. No question is a dumb question. So awesome, I will just continue. So an introduction into this program. So the length of the program is, it's an 8-week program from April 19th to June 11th. So what's really excellent about this program is you get kind of a dual working experience. So your first 4 weeks are going to be spent working virtually in Salt Lake City or wherever you're staying. And the final 4 weeks will take place in Amsterdam. Yeah, which is gorgeous. I'm going to show you guys so many beautiful pictures and I can't wait. Also, a major part of this program is earning a 3 credit hour course called Business 5880. So a lot of people ask themselves, why do I need an internship? You know, a lot of people think to themselves, I get good grades at school, I work hard, I have previous work experience, but an internship can really provide an extra edge that good employees need. So internships help you build your network. And specifically with this program, you're building your international network. You're going to be getting to know people all across the world, and that's super beneficial. You will also begin to understand challenges faced by businesses, which is awesome. Next, you'll be getting real world experience, which kind of goes along with the last one. You're going to be able to dive into your career path and really figure out if it's right for you. You will be able to develop your problem solving skills. And finally, it's really going to make you stand out in job applications, which is, it makes you stand out against your peers, really beneficial. So this was an interesting study that was conducted by the NACE, which I found really interesting. And so what they did is they went out to employers and asked them what the most critical new hire attributes were. And let me tell you guys, you will be able to develop all 5 of these attributes during this program. Leadership, communication skills, both written and verbal, problem-solving skills, and the ability to work in a team. So it's just further proof that this Amsterdam internship is the real deal. It's going to be a blast. So how does it work? So first of all, you guys need to submit an application. I showed you guys where to do that earlier, and don't worry, if you hopped on a little later, I will be showing it at the end how to access that. So First thing you do is you submit your application. There's 3 parts to it. First, we need your most current resume. After that, you'll answer a couple essay questions that are super casual. And finally, we'll get your degree audit. And that's it, just a 3-step process. From there, we're going to find your specific strengths and major interests. Something that's super awesome about this program is it's inclusive to all majors. From accounting to Cuomo, we are ready to work with you and get you on a team. So after finding your strengths and career goals, we will match you with other team members and form really strong and diverse consulting teams that we will allow you guys then to go into the workplace and really begin to excel. Awesome. So a place that you'll be spending a lot of time studying is the VU Amsterdam University. I wanted to include this in here just to show you how gorgeous their campus is. You'll be spending time here taking that 3-credit-hour course, and it'll be a total blast. Now, for me as a college student, housing is very important. I want to make sure I'm staying in a nice place because you spend a lot of time in your housing unit. So we have partnered with CEA and found an amazing place for you guys to stay. You can probably notice from these pictures, it's an awesome culture. It's super safe. The hostel is great quality and it's in a really good location. It's perfect distance from your university and also from the city, just in case you want to travel a little bit on the weekends. And something that's really cool about this hostel is breakfast is included, which is always a blast because then you can pick something up on your way to work or school. So I think that the most important, or one of the most important parts of traveling is being able to explore and get to know where you're staying. So here are a couple things that you can do in Amsterdam while you're staying there for 4 weeks. So first one, this is a bit of a cop-out, but you will be able to travel all of Europe. Amsterdam is really well located in Europe where you can really travel all over the place, totally abroad, which is awesome. You can go to Paris, it's just a short train ride away, and London is exactly the same. Amsterdam is also really well known for their gorgeous museums that are placed all around the city. So that's an excellent place places to check out. You can tour the canals. Amsterdam is filled with gorgeous canals. They go all throughout the city, and if you can see in that little boat, red boat, you can take short little rides on them. That might be a fun weekend activity. And finally, the most important thing for me is eating lots of delicious food. I mean, I don't know who could resist that. Awesome. So I did want to just release a small schedule for you guys. So the first 4, most of it's exactly what I've been talking about. The first half will be spent virtual and the last half will be on site. I just wanted to go over a couple of important dates and see if we can get you guys a bit of a good general idea of what your weeks will look like. So the pink line right there, that is your date that you will be switching over from a virtual to an on-site, and you'll be traveling abroad for those days. And then the red bars are your arrival and departure dates. But what I really wanted to go over here was this little gray bar that says Spring 2021 Finals Week. So you guys may have noticed that this internship does overlap with spring semester just briefly. And we know that finals week can be a really stressful period of time for a lot of people. So we wanted to make sure that we weren't overloading you with this program. So we decided to take out that week. So from reading day to graduation day, you will have all the time to yourself just to focus on getting good grades in your classwork and not worry about your program. But it will be waiting for you when you get back. So excellent little break there. And so that's a basic schedule. We will be uploading this to the Eccles Global website. So if you guys have any more questions about scheduling, feel free to check it out. So currently at Eccles Global, we are feeling really positive and confident about COVID-19 and travel in the upcoming year. However, we did want to include this slide just in case there was something that was preventing us from traveling to Amsterdam, though we do think it's very unlikely. So in the case that COVID-19 restricted us, this internship would become fully virtual, which is wonderful because you will already be very well versed in it. And there will be a price reduction from the costs. So getting down to brass tacks, cost for this internship is $3,950. That includes housing, transportation in the city, and med evac coverage, which is good just in case there were any emergencies. Things it does not include are flights, food, except for breakfast, which I did state earlier, would be included in housing, and finally, incidentals. I put a little asterisk by flights just because I wanted to clarify this internship was made for the Global Business Scholars cohort. So and I'm not sure if all of you know this, but that trip for that cohort for London and Paris has been shifted, and it occurs around the same time as your departure date for Amsterdam. So if needed, depending on a situation, you could definitely deviate your flight until you are supposed to depart from Amsterdam. So you would kind of go from your London-Paris trip into the internship and kind of get your flights covered that way. But like I said, that's a very situational thing, and that's something that a bridge we'd cross when it comes. So I encourage you guys, applications are open, apply now. We have a priority deadline of December 15th, 2020, and a withdrawal deadline of February 1st, 2021. I have included the link on there, but I'm going to show you guys one more time before I wrap up and start answering some questions, how to access this application. So let me just shift screens real quick. So I will go here. I'm just going to back out because I did do this earlier. Hopefully it loads quickly. Just one more. Awesome. So you're going to start at ecclesutah.edu. From there, you will go to the Students tab. Eccles Global is in the second section of that. Just give that a click, and it will pull up our main page. From there, you can go to Global Internships, Global Business Consulting Internship. That's the one we've been discussing. And there's your application. Oh, sorry, it's being a little laggy. So there you go, and you can just apply from there. So I'm going to quit sharing my screen, and I'm happy to answer some questions if you guys want to unmute yourself or whatever you feel comfortable with. Thank you. Okay, I did just see a question. As an international student, how will the visa process and support be like? So if you're trying to gain Utah residency, that you can still earn that residency while traveling abroad. So that's a really great benefit of Eccles Global. So
sorry, I am an international student, and
okay.
I'll need a visa to go to Amsterdam. That's what I was saying.
Okay, yes. So I might have to turn to our director for this one. I do believe, though, that if you have a visa to stay here, it will transfer over to this program because you will still be going through the university.
Right, but it's gonna be like a European visa, like a Shenzhen visa, that's what it's called. And right now I'm on the US visa. I'm from India, so we are not like allowed to go without a visa. So will there be like a process that I need to go to?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you check out the chat and there
Okay, so
might,
hold on just a second.
yeah,
So you're an Indian student, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So there is a process we've gone through the last 3 years with Indian students for summer learning abroad to get into the EU. And if you want to just email me directly, I think we have been chatting on email a little bit. If you email me directly, I'll give you some help in doing that. It's very specific for Indian students, but you can get it done. But just work with me on it directly. No problem.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
awesome guys. So hit me with your questions, anything you're wondering about. You feel free to ask about other programs too, and we can answer those to the best of our ability.
I will say also, this is being recorded and will be posted to our website, so you can go back and see it, watch it again. You can contact Jenna directly. Do you want to put up your email address on the
Yes,
chat?
I would love to.
And then also, you can drop into 3175 anytime. We can talk through it. So
3175.
yeah.
Awesome. I'll put that in the chat as well. Amazing.
I had another question about the program.
Yeah, sure.
So what exactly are we preparing for? Like all the specifications of like what we'll learn and everything?
Yeah, no, that's an excellent question. So basically what we will do after you submit your application, we'll put you in groups of teams, and those teams will be presented with a business problem. So throughout your 8 weeks, you'll be able to develop and use your consulting skills to help aid this business and solve their problem to the best of your ability. And it's a really interesting program because we will have a couple other teams in Amsterdam stationed there. So we have about, so this program is open to 20 students. So we'll have you divided through there, and your separate teams will be competing against each other to kind of solve the problem to the best of your ability. And that is kind of a general outline of the internship. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that helps. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Alexa, this is going to be posted on the Eccles Global website, and so you can refer back to it with any questions you have. Also, you have my email. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out through there. And I'm just going to share my screen one more time. I'm going to pop up the website and just kind of leave it on there. Yeah, so you can see here, this has good in-depth explanations of the consulting teams and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's basically what I just went over, but it's definitely there, and you can always refer back to it. Yes, Alexander, this is an unpaid internship. So good question. That's a great question to ask. But you will be getting a lot of real world experience, and it's a super inexpensive trip. So those are some benefits for sure. Also, I just remembered I needed to mention this. The winner of the competition between the teams, whoever problem solves the best, will get a free weekend trip to a location somewhere. I don't think it's been decided yet, but it'll be amazing, like totally gorgeous. So that's something definitely to motivate you and look forward to during your program. And the winners will be judged by the company. It's not through Eccles Global. Eccles Global doesn't currently, sorry, this is answering Sunny's question. Eccles Global doesn't currently offer any scholarships. So that's an answer to your question. Yes, and sorry, I'm just monitoring the chat quite a bit. So any financial aid you have currently will be applied to our programs, especially since it kind of counts the same as a summer program or a summer semester in a way as well. So that's so yeah, financial aid does cover, but we do not offer any specific scholarships through Eccles Global. Sunny, this is a great question. Should I do this program if I am just a freshman with no experience? And my answer to that is absolutely apply. There's no way to get experience without throwing yourself out there and trying. This is honestly the perfect program for you if you have limited experience, and it really allows you to explore whatever major you're thinking about, and really becoming confident and seeing if that's a path that you want to go down. So that's a great question, Sunny. Definitely recommend. The internship is actually designed specifically for freshman and sophomore, so you're right in that sweet spot. Any more questions you guys have, feel free. Oh, also, if you are here for Business Scholars Passport Points, I will put up that QR code now. Thank you guys for listening to me speak. And again, any more questions, I'm ready to tackle them. So there is that code. If that's not working, just please let me know. Specifically focusing on our Global Business Consulting Internship, which will be occurring from April to June of 2021 in Amsterdam. So just to give you a brief introduction into what this program's about, it's an 8-week program starting on April 19th and ending on June 11th. So it's really special, this program, because you're going to be learning kind of a dual workplace environment. The first 4 weeks of this internship are spent completely virtual. So you'll be in Salt Lake City or wherever you're staying. And the final 4 weeks will be in Amsterdam. And you also will get to earn 3 credit hours for the class business 5880 during this time period. So yeah, I have you guys gorgeous picture of the valley, and then also Amsterdam, one of their canals. So a lot of kids ask themselves, why do I need an internship? Like, I get good grades, I have work experience. Why would this be something that would be important for me? So I'm just going to kind of answer that with a couple really great benefits of an internship. First off, building your network. I'm sure you've been hearing that a lot lately, but building your network, and not only that, your international network, is super important. And this internship's a great way to do that. You will also begin to understand the challenges faced by businesses in your everyday life. And kind of going along with this next point, you will get some real world experience. You'll be able to dive into your career path and really understand if this is a field that you enjoy. You will also begin to develop your problem solving skills. And finally, having an internship makes you a more competitive job applicant for employers to look at. So moving on to the next slide, I found this study conducted by NACE where they asked employers what the most critical new hire attributes were for upcoming employees. And I thought this was really interesting because all 5 of these things will be learned in our program. So they'll be developed and you can really get confident in these skills. So first off, leadership, an ability to work in a team, communication skills, both written and verbal, and problem solving skills. Yes. Sorry, what's up?
I don't think the slide deck is showing.
Am I not sharing? I'm so sorry.
But that's okay. It's still, we're seeing the website. That's awesome.
Yeah, okay, that's great. All my beautiful pictures were lost. That's all right. That's totally fine. You guys really didn't miss anything. And this presentation will be posted on the website with a video. So if you guys want to go through my gorgeous slides, you're welcome to do so. So like I was saying, there is 5 new hire attributes: leadership, the ability to work on a team, communication skills, both written and verbal, and finally, problem solving skills. And all 5 of these things are going to be developed in our program. So how does it work? First, you guys have to submit an application to us, and I will be showing you how to access this website at the end of the presentation. So first, you're going to submit your most current resume, answer a couple essay questions that are really easy, and then submit a degree audit to us. This is a seriously simple application process. And through that process, our partner in Eccles Global will kind of go over applications and find specific strengths and major interests. Something that's really cool about this program is that we are not specifying any majors. If you are doing accounting to Cuomo, we want everyone here. We want everyone represented. So that's a really cool thing about this program. So we're going to find your strengths, major interests, and from there develop all of our applicants into diverse consulting teams that are ready to really excel in the workplace. I did want to show you guys just briefly where you would be studying quite a bit of the time. So here we have VU Amsterdam University. It's a totally gorgeous campus, and VU actually has an excellent reputation with Eccles Global. We've been working with them since 2013, and we've never had any problems. It's a really great school to be at. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Also, for me as a student, housing is super important to me. I like knowing that I'm staying in a clean and healthy environment that I'm going to enjoy. And us, Eccles Global and our partner have found such a nice housing apartment for you guys, or I guess apartments. So it's a hostel. It's called Stay Okay at Bondell Park. It's safe. It's good quality. If you guys can see my pictures, it's at a central location. It's in a great part of town. It's right outside from a gorgeous park. It's really a nice place to be at. And also something cool about this hostel is breakfast is included with your stay. So something important to me about traveling is knowing what I'm going to do when I get there. How am I going to explore? So first off, I will say Amsterdam is really well placed in Europe, and you really have the ability to travel all throughout the continent with great ease. I was talking with our director earlier, and he showed me that Paris and London are just such a short train ride away, and you can get there for really cheap. So it's an excellent way to spend your weekends. So traveling all of Europe would definitely be on my list. Visiting museums. Amsterdam's really well known for a lot of great museums, so that would definitely be a great way to get to know the city. Amsterdam's also filled with these really cool canals. It's all throughout the city, everywhere you go, and you can take great tours of them. You can see on that little red boat, those guys are probably having a good time. And then finally, the most important thing for me, you're gonna be able to eat some delicious food. I mean, I don't know who could resist that. That looks so good. So those are just a couple things that you could do while staying in Amsterdam. I did want to go over just briefly, this is not as fun as looking at pictures from before, but our tentative schedule for the trip or for the program. So like I stated earlier, 4 weeks virtual, then 4 weeks on site. There's a little pink stripe here, May 15th and 16th. That's kind of your designated travel days with an arrival day and departure day indicated by the red lines. But what I really wanted to go over through this schedule was this gray line right here that says Spring 2020 Finals Week, AKA the most stressful period of time for students. So we understand that this program kind of overlaps with spring semester for just a bit. So we didn't want to overwhelm you with an internship and studying. So we decided to just put a pause on the internship from reading day to graduation day. We'll just take a pause. You guys can focus on academics and really doing well in your classes. And then from there, your internship will be waiting for you and you can resume it once you are finished. So that's, again, just a brief overview of the schedule. But as you guys move through the process, all of the details will become a lot more clear. Okay, so currently with Eccles Global, we are feeling really confident about COVID-19 and traveling in the upcoming year, which is really exciting. I think everyone is getting a little restless here in Utah. But the big things that we did want to highlight, just in case there were something preventing us from traveling to Amsterdam, was initially we are going to make the internship fully virtual, which is great because you'll already be pretty experienced with it from your first 4 weeks. And we will also have a price reduction to the program. Awesome. So now we're getting to brass tacks. Here is the cost for the program. It's $3,950, which is super inexpensive when you consider the amazing housing. You get free transportation all throughout the city and med-evac coverage. All that's covered under that umbrella, as well as a 3 credit hour class. What this price does not include is flights, food, except for breakfast, which will be covered by the hostel, and then finally incidentals. I put a little asterisk by flight because it is really dependent on your situation. This internship was designed specifically for the business scholars global cohort. And we do have a Paris and London trip that kind of overlaps with those departure dates. So there is definitely a way for you to deviate your flights until later on after your internship has concluded. And then you won't have to, that way your flights will be covered. I hope that makes sense. And if that was confusing, feel free to ask me a question about it. But basically you can just blend your Paris-London trip into your internship. You don't have to fly home and come back, and it'll all just be a seamless experience. But that is, again, situational. It depends on your application and what programs you're in and things. So I will say this application is open right now. You can apply tonight if you wanted to. We have a priority deadline of December 15th, 2020, and our withdrawal deadline is on February 1st, 2021. I included the link down there, but right now I'm going to take you guys through the website and show you exactly where to apply. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat function, or you can just unmute and ask me. Now I got to make sure I'm sharing my screen the right way. Awesome. So I'm going to kind of go backwards just a couple steps just so I can show you guys where to start. So you will start with eccles.utah.edu. And this is a website I'm sure you're all pretty familiar with. From there, you can hover over the Students tab. And Eccles Global is just in the second section down there. So give that a click. And hopefully my internet's not too slow. And it should pull up the Eccles Global homepage. So after this is pulled up, just scroll atop this top bar, and you'll get to Global Internships. The third one down there, the Global Business Consulting Internship, that's the one for you. Or feel free to look at these other ones too. They're all great options. But focusing on this one, if you click on that link, it will take you directly to our page, and it will show you exactly more details about the internship, how to apply, what majors you could be looking at here, cost, a lot of the stuff I just talked about. There's also a way to contact us. I will put my email in the chat again, just in case it got flooded up to the top. And if you guys have any questions about the program, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions. So yeah, that was my presentation. We're happy to take some questions now. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me talk. So yeah, any questions, and I will be trying to answer those in the chat.
Hey, Jenna, do you want to go ahead and stop share? I'm going to show a link to the Google Maps.
Great. Okay, that's awesome. I will quit that share right now. Please. Okay, thanks.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to butt in. You did a great job so far. I just wanted to thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Buzz.
Yeah, so let me jump in here and pull over the yeah, so here is Stay OK in Amsterdam, and Eccles Global has hosted a few student groups in Amsterdam, both on a 1-month basis and also on weekly trips. And so we know it pretty well, and I'll tell you, this is a fantastic location. If you see the ring of canals, basically the old town, and Stay OK is just outside of the main ring on a park. And the park it basically runs right down the backside of the hostel, and it's an amazing place. We are actually in the woods there. We don't want to be in the woods, but it is a super awesome facility. It has, I think that's it right there actually. It has access to the subway station right here. It has the park, which is really nice, and a biking route throughout the entire park and a walking trail. I rely heavily on Hostel World for evaluations of different hostels in Europe. And if you go to the app or go to the website for Hostel World, you'll see that it has a 9+ rating and is very well thought of. It doesn't have a kitchen necessarily, but it has a common area for sharing meals, and they do provide breakfast every day. So that's really pretty awesome. Where you'll be studying is at Vree University, which is here. And we've hosted students there for several years also. And the train ride between the two, if I can pull this up, we'll do, Vree is about 20 minutes, and it's a above ground train like our TRAX trains here. And you'll have a pass. The pass is free, included in your experience, and the pass will be for the entire time you're there. The pass also takes you to anywhere in the city. There is the Amsterdam Central train station here, and it is incredibly easy to get to also. If you go from the Stay OK, it's 20 minutes. And then the airport is another 20 minutes away with trains every 20 minutes, and it's free to get to the airport. So you really have access to a lot of points in Amsterdam and beyond. So you'll have every Friday off, basically, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so you're able to travel quite a bit. If you're on the Eccles Global experience, it goes from May 8th to 16th, which starts in London, goes to Paris. If you're a global scholar, you're going to be getting a full transfer from Paris to Amsterdam. Meals included, the train included, and an overnight stay, and then you'll be delivered to this housing on the morning of the 17th. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. and pretty easy for everybody. Once your program ends, if you're on the global cohort that's going to Paris and London, you can deviate your air on the end and fly back from anywhere in Europe and at the end of any of the programs. So you could stay for session 2 and 3 of the summer also. So I've talked too much, but we don't know what the name of the company is you'll be working with yet. There have been a few names floated, but it'd be a major company in the Netherlands, and you'll only be working with a company. We have 20 spots, and if we get 20 students, we'll do 5 teams of 4 students each. If we get less than that, say 15 students, you'd be 5 teams of 3 students. And you'll be working with a company, and you'll be providing solutions for a problem. You'll be given a business problem. And again, the company will decide the winning team. The winning team will be basically hauled off for a weekend to Lauterbrunn in Switzerland, all expenses paid by Eccles Global. So it could be really fun. Yeah, so I'll shut up. Let's see, what do we?
I've got
I
one.
can, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So just in terms of the application for this, I got the email from, I think it was from you, Buzz, with the essay questions, but I think you also mentioned a resume and the degree audit. Is that, I'd just like some clarification on that.
Yeah, so
Go ahead, I'm gonna stop my screen and I'm gonna look at your application and make sure it's complete real quick. That'll take me 2 seconds. But yeah, you need your DARS, your degree audit report. You need your a resume that is, it doesn't have to be, the resume, you may not have gone through that section of business scholars yet. So I'm just looking at your background and what you and what you're looking at as far as strengths and weaknesses that we can pass on to CEA. And then your essays, again, will tell me a little more about who you are and how you'll fit on a team, right? So that's really what we're looking at is how you fit on a team. And what happens, and again, I'm sorry, Jenna, to talk over you, but what happens is your admitted application from Eccles Global, if you are admitted, will be passed on to CEA, and CEA will then match you on these teams. So they want to have as diverse as possible teams. They might have a Cuomo and a marketing and a business administration major on one team, so that you have a good spectrum. And that's really what we're trying to accomplish here, is to figure out how you guys fit. So Emerald, I see I've got your degree audit and your resume. So all I need is the essay, just email it to me. If you are a new applicant as of a week ago, the essays are built into the application. Now, just those first 7 folks that applied, I wasn't able to catch their essays. So it should be good.
sweet, thank you, Buzz.
Buzz
Emma.
or Jenna, Gabriella asked a question in the chat, and I thought it was a really good one. Were you gonna answer it? Okay.
I was actually just about, but if you wanted to, you can take it away if you'd like.
No, I was gonna ask you guys to answer it. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna start by so Gabby, this program is specifically designed for freshmen and sophomore students. So not being completely sure about your major is totally okay. This is this internship is made for exploring and seeing if maybe your career path is the perfect one for you. So that's an excellent question, and I just want to make sure I solved all of it. Nope, you not knowing maybe all the relevant skills is totally not a problem. Just go into it ready to work hard, and you'll succeed for sure.
Yeah, you don't have to choose a major yet either. It's not like you require. It's just what your interests are. And when you look at the website, that's what we've listed are just interests, really. What are you interested in studying? Do you think? And if you designate that, well, actually, you don't even need to designate in your application. I can kind of figure that out. So, and then CEA will ask you directly what you're interested in, and then they'll try to match you. I got to be honest with you, if you're in the global cohort and you're coming in from high school, you haven't got a record on your GPA for the U yet, there's no reason why you wouldn't be admitted from my perspective. CEA will interview you, and they'll also try to gauge emotional intelligence, if you're mature enough to really handle this experience, because it's going to be a little intense. And they will either admit you, or they'll just place you in a team to understand a little more about strengths and weaknesses when they interview you. So I don't sense that anyone on this info session today would be declined. I think You don't need to take it, too seriously that way, but it is limited to 20 students, and it is first come, first serve. And I am ranking by date and time for admission or application, not admission. I haven't admitted anybody yet, but those admissions should go out this weekend. So anyway, again, Jen, I'm sorry to jump in. I wanted you to take the whole thing, but I think this is good that we're working on it together. So any
No,
other?
yeah, it's totally fine. And Eccles Global is really great at making everything, a conversation. So I totally appreciate Buzz jumping in and giving some excellent insight because he's the expert here.
Yeah, this is, aside from last summer, this is our ninth summer doing Eccles Global abroad during the summer. This is a new program for us, but it's going to be fantastic. And CEA is someone we worked with since 2012 in Barcelona, Paris, Amsterdam, Florence, Rome. So we really are comfortable with what they're providing us. And the director of this program is actually in Amsterdam. He lives there, and he's going to be directly involved with managing all of you. And I think that'll be a really cool cultural thing too. So, all right, I'll shut up.
Awesome. Are there any more questions?
I have a question, if that's all right.
Yeah, no, please ask.
So mainly for like those applicants that have already turned in their like application and stuff like that, is there anything else that we need to do or we can be doing now to prepare for further information or for further interviews or whatever it may be?
Yeah, no. So like I said, it's a really simple 3-step process. So have you already applied?
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. Okay, great. So you probably got an email from Buzz about a week ago concerning essay questions.
Yep.
And those got sent back to him.
Yep.
There you go. That's all you really need to do now. Now it's just kind of in our hands, and we'll process your application. And I think Buzz said that you'll be hearing back from us very soon. I think
Sorry, I missed the
by the end of
question.
No, it's totally fine. I was just referencing a comment you made earlier in the slideshow. But yeah, so basically what will happen from here, you'll hear back if you've gotten admitted, I would say probably within a week or so. And then CEA will probably reach out to you, ask you some questions about room preferences, roommates, interests, like Buzz already discussed. So that's just all kind of a part of the process. Does that answer your question to a certain extent? Okay, great. Thank you.
Jenna, Sophia had a question about which company they'll be working with or what the name of the company, just information.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. We haven't decided on a specific company yet, but there have been, I think, quite a few really high-profile companies that have been in the mix. So
Yeah,
it'll be something really fun.
We'll actually line that up, CEA. So.
What, sorry? Yeah, sweet. Awesome. I see the chat going. I'm just trying to get to all of them. I'm glad you guys are asking questions.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, laundry is available.
Yeah, I think you caught up to all of the questions.
I might have.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yep, we're first come, first serve. So please just submit your application as soon as possible. It's a really simple process. And, we're already super happy with the interest in this program. It's really special, and I can't wait. I'm really excited to roll it all out with you guys. It's going to be awesome. Sweet.
Okay, so in the chat bar, I'm putting the website for Stay Okay, and there is a frequently asked questions section. I'm just not finding the kitchen thing, but this, can I do my own cooking? All right, it's not possible. They don't want you to do cooking there, but they do provide breakfast every day. So, and there's lunch and dinner available also if you want for a fee, but breakfast is included.
I'm also going to put my email down. Like I said, I was going to, just in case you guys want to reach out to me personally. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. To answer Nolan's question, so if you aren't sure that the costs are going to work out with your budget, that's totally all right. We suggested applying no matter what, and you can always withdraw. I did say the withdrawal date is February 1st of 2021, and that's going to be the date where your $500 deposit's due, and the process will really, really start kicking up from there. I did also want to say that any financial aid you have now will be applied to the Eccles Global program. So we don't offer any scholarships at Eccles Global, but your financial aid will be covered for that, if that helps with anybody.
I have a question as someone who applied. I don't know if you know this or not. Oh wait, I might have actually forgotten my question. Oh, it was so at the end of spring, so how the 4 weeks are at the end of spring semester, do either you or Buzz know how many hours per week it is with like the kind of the class thing we take?
In April?
Yeah, in
What?
April.
So how many hours you'll be asked to work?
Not working, but like how we zoom in and get to learn about the consulting and the companies. Do you know how many hours a week that is, or how many hours a day?
Well, in April, that first week, it's going to be an introduction, and there'll be some work, and you'll be preparing for finals for spring term and other things. But the guy that's running this understands that you are really not available until May 17th. I mean, you are available and you work with teams, but it's not going to be onerous. And if it is, I'll step in and calm it down. We want it to work for you, and it's going to be a sustainable program for the future. You're the guinea pigs putting it together this year, but we'll make sure that it's workable. I don't want to kill you.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering because I might do a spring internship and I know it overlaps, so I wanted to like tell then if I couldn't work or something like that. But if someone else had the same question,
if you go back to the schedule that's on the PowerPoint, they're just like probably 3 hours on one day and 3 hours another day that first week. I would bet that you'll be involved in that. So
okay, perfect, not bad. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull that up right now. Head on back to that. So live synchronous instruction on Monday, the 19th, and again on Monday, the 26th, and then on Tuesday, nothing. You go dark for that week. There may be some things that are sent to you, is what I've talked to them about, but you won't have to respond necessarily. And then you really won't be back until Monday. Now, cultural discussion on Wednesday, and then you'll have a company meeting on Thursday that first week. And so those are your obligations. There'll be 3 meetings. I think it'll probably be less than 9 hours that week, and they'll work with your schedule. There's an 8-hour time difference, but yeah.
Right, not bad. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's important to us to not overwhelm you guys with a bunch of stuff, especially during spring semester. So
yeah.
Nice.
And comment to Laura, this is being recorded and will be posted to the website. So if you missed some stuff, it's all good. You'll be able to pick this up again. So, or call me or Jenna, email us.
Yeah, my email's in the chat now. Also, I'm going to screen share. This is worth Business Scholars passport points, which we're always in desperate need of those. So I will share my screen with that QR code if you guys want to scan that. And the Business Scholars, responding to Gabby, the Business Scholars trip is before moving to Amsterdam.
Sorry, I have one more question.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but
No.
basically with the internship, you guys mentioned about how for the global or for business scholars, you basically have to get I don't know exactly what it is, but basically the credits that we earn from this internship apply to a requirement that we need upon kind of graduating or whatever you'd call it from the business scholars program. And so I was just curious what that requirement is specifically. Sorry if I didn't explain that very clearly, but.
Well, an internship is not a requirement of your Eccles Business School requirements. It's not. But you can use that as an elective. It's business 5880. You can also use it, I think, as an IR credit.
Also, I think what maybe because I said something earlier, but to get your business scholars certificate, when you graduate, you need an experimental learning credit, and that's what this internship could fulfill.
Okay.
But also other internships could too, so.
Perfect. Okay, somebody answer Sophie's question really quick. I see that the breakfast is an add-on. It is included in our program. So CEA has included breakfast every day in our program. So yeah, you do get breakfast. Lunch and dinner, you can buy at the hostel on your own, but you definitely get the breakfast. So it's included in the price every day. What else? What else you got for me? All right, I think that sounds pretty good. Still got 15 of you here, so if there's questions, let's talk through them. It's gonna be awesome.
You guys can all see that QR code, right? I just some thumbs up would be great. Okay.
Yeah. One thing I'll say is that the tuition it comes on your CIS statement as an Eccles Global fee, and on February 1st, you'll be asked to put down a $500 deposit. That deposit then won't obligate you for the entire cost of the program. The balance of the program will be billed in May, when you normally get a tuition bill. May 26th, I think Wednesday is when you get it'd be due. So that's how the money works. The first week, first Friday in April, we'll have an orientation meeting that's required. And actually, we're going to make a drawing for 10 $1,000 scholarships at that meeting. That's totally random, but it'll be for all summer programs. So, yeah, so there'll probably be 150 students in the room, but at least you got a shot at it. So, thanks, Anna, for putting up that link to the business scholar certificate. So here's the deal on tuition. So your fee is $3,950, and a part of that is tuition, a part of it's housing, and part of it's program costs. For scholarships and financial aid, I'll send you a breakdown, but essentially it's $1,750 is tuition and fees for tuition. That's 3 hours of cost here on campus for a 5,000 level class. You can go through the calculator on the Eccles website, figure that out yourself, but essentially it's as if you took 15 hours. So it's $1,750 tuition. The rest is housing and about $500 fee for the program. Some of you have housing scholarships, and it'll cover the fees for the program too, but some of you just have tuition scholarships. But you can apply all that. The other thing to note is if you're an out-of-state resident, for every day you're on an Eccles Global Experience abroad, you're considered to be in state. So 3 days before and 3 days after is what I give you. I think the residency office actually gives you a week before and after, but I send letters in June to everybody that's on our program, and then you pass it on to the residency office describing what classes you're in and where you are and where you've been, and Eccles Global will cover that for you. So you're a resident the whole time you're gone. So any other questions? Still got 14 willing souls out there.
Yeah. Does everyone have the QR code? Can I take that down? Okay, I'm seeing some nods. So I'm going to pause the recording now so that we can